Okay, back to what we're doing. So, I'm going to just ask again about clairvoyance, and if I get any kind of weird anything on that, then we'll change it up a little bit, but we'll just stay on the same topic. Okay. Does Rebekah have any other trapped emotions blocking clairvoyance? Okay, I get a yes. Is this trapped emotion in column A? Okay, column B. Is this trapped emotion in a row that is even? Even row. Is this in row 2? 4? 6? Okay. Is this trapped emotion worthlessness? Unworthy? Shock? Okay. Trapped emotion, shock. So this is something of shock, which if you're a child or a young person and all of a sudden something's talking to you or you're seeing something strange, then I can see where this kind of plays in. So I'm going to find your age now to see when this happened. Was Rebekah between the age of 0 and 20? 0 and 10? 11 and 15? Okay, same time span, I think. Let's see. Age 11, 12, 13, 12. Okay, age 12 for this one. And I can ask questions if you need kind of like a trail to go down. I can ask if it had to do with specific people. I can go by initials. You don't have to actually say a name.
Does this have to do with the walking stick?
Does this trapped emotion of shock involve a walking stick? Yes.
Okay. Let me look into that because I want to know. Okay. So, just a side note, this may have to do with, back in the day when you're experiencing things and you don't understand what they are, and Ghost Adventures is the only option for you. That would rile me up, and there was something in the corner of the house, a walking stick that had a being attached to it. It would talk to me. And sometimes make noise and sometimes manifest it was trying to scare me. It got energy out of that. I wonder if it has to do with that manifesting as my sight wasn't as good, but like psychically, I guess. But I just remember that corner always being really dark.
Okay. Does this trapped emotion of shock involve the energy attached to the walking stick? I'm getting a strange yes, where it's like instead of being straight, it goes a little bit like this. So what that means to me is there's another key aspect to it that's So I'm wondering,
if I experienced something that I wanted to forget. Because the walking stick, fun things, was my dad's, and Dad even knew that something was talking to them, and they brought it home anyway and made it into what it.
your dad is a contributing factor in that. Because as soon as you said your dad, it went yes.
Yeah.
As soon as it, yeah.
Maybe this has to do with Dad always said that the stick was meant to be a protecting agent of like us and the house, but I always only ever felt that it was inviting things in.
Yes.
So perhaps the shock of me coming into awareness of having to make my own decisions on what was safe and what wasn't.
Let me ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
Does this trapped emotion of shock involve the energy that the walking stick held was, how do I put that? Like, okay. Was the energy that her dad saw warped? Okay. Okay. It's okay, so it's like a shock on your dad is telling you that this is supposed to protect you, and it's almost like somebody bringing you a puppy, and it's like, oh, look at the cute puppy, and then the puppy turns into like some little like gremlin, and you're like, that's not a puppy, and they're like, yes, it is. It's an adorable little puppy. Look at it. It's cute.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. But so you're seeing the things that are kind of the way that they're presenting to you are their truer self kind of thing. And I'm sorry, I can't, words are hard, remember? And yeah, does that make sense? I could ask questions.
That makes sense. It does to me. It's the, if we're applying shock in this situation, it's the shock of the opposite happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Train.
Yeah. It's almost as if your dad's like, this is to protect you. And then you look at it and you're like, no, it's not, it's like, that's protection. No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it could have been a moment where it presented to you and it was like, ooh, ha, and I want to scare you. What's protection mechanism is trying to create fear or shock or some kind of, some kind of energy they can siphon off of. That's not something protection energy does. Okay. Does that make sense? Do we think that we're in the realm? Okay, let me ask. Let me see if we need to know more or if we have it skewed. All right. Do we need to know more regarding this trapped emotion of shock? Okay, it says we don't need to know more. Is it ready to be released? And it's ready to be released, so we can get rid of it. Okay, so, just hold in your mind that time span and be like, shock, nope, I know, I see you, I see who you are, I see what you are. You can't scare me anymore. Okay, cool. Thank you for this process. Thank you for this healing. Thank you for this release.
That one was words. Like, once again, I'm seeing it like me on the couch, seeing the thing, me walking in to the den and being like, hey, bitch.
What?
Me is me going over and like, not to like young me, but like the thing in the corner and being like, hey. My brain.
Would the stick actually talk to you like that? That being?
Uh, so the way that I was perceiving and kind of, it's funny, I can still kind of see that in my mind's eye of like little me, and then in the corner. So one, oh, this is the first time I really dove into what in the world that thing was. Okay. It seems part elemental, but also part otherworldly, almost as if, okay. So if this is otherworldly, like from kind of a different place, I think there's some kind of removal, like they weren't allowed to be where they were from for whatever reason. It doesn't entirely feel like a choice as to why they weren't there. They were here over time, merging with different aspects that served whatever they were looking for. So like really what I'm seeing right now is, in my mind's eye, it looks like a devil, because that's what would be scary to little me, because I grew up in Christianity. But it's like there are horns, and it's almost like the skin is bark. The being is dark brown, black, and gray. I remember the eyes. They're gray, small pupils. But dude, what were they doing there? Oh, easy food. I had a lot of emotion, and I was a sensitive kid and in the closet about it. So lots to eat. There was also a lot of, at the time, that was leading up to my parents' divorce. So there was a lot of like negative feeling in the home, not a lot of cleansing going on whatsoever. It wasn't a very comfortable place to be in as a person living a human experience. But for them, yeah, there was a lot of control there, like over a what?
It was for them, it was a buffet.
Yeah. Just feeding off of stagnant energy, and I'd say also misconception, anger, sadness, confusion. Yeah, as far as terminology goes, I would definitely put this in the classification of an asshole. All the same, I also feel like part of them was just like, well, if you can outdo me, then I'm not a problem anymore, because I feel like I've run into these things before. But nowadays it's just more like I don't give them the time of day, because I'm just like, move. Whereas back then, as a 12-year-old, I felt like I couldn't move, like literally. It was not even in my mind. So yeah, that was scary. But I'm seeing it now. That's what's really interesting. I mean, granted, it's more like here, but I'm there and I'm seeing it. And at the time, it was my fear really messed up the image. It made it seem like larger or more powerful than it was. So,
well, that's progress.
That's progress.
Oh.
If you want to give yourself a plug, how people find you, and
Oh, yeah.
how that works.
Well, I'm really glad that you feel the way you do at the end of our little adventure here. A lot of people do experience this. I need to take a nap, but I also feel so energized, and it's like I can experience the world in a whole new way, but I need a nap at the same time. So first, I'll be right back. I gotta go nap. But yes, everybody can find me actually on Rebekah's practitioners list, and just go to her website and or go into that area that you always go to and that you can't talk about on TikTok. Um, you know where to find the information for Rebekah's practitioners, right? I'm on that list. If you have any questions, reach out to me on social media, preferably, or email.
Yeah, I'll wrap up the recording, but before I do, just thank you so much again. Like, this is such a cool thing. And I said this at the beginning too, but I love how involved it is. Like, it's not just you doing the work, it's not just you doing the polls. This is for people who are looking to be a part of the process of their own healing, so that, you know, they can acknowledge that and work as they can in the future, you know, even if it's just doing a basic release on like, whoa, I had a really stressful day. I want to be sure I don't keep that, like keep the lessons, not the stress. And, you know, learning these kinds of tools and understanding what they feel like, just being involved, I think is so very important that people understand that they play a part in that too. It's not just the practitioner, it is them too. And I love how all this works, and I love your energy, and you're just so great.